Yo, so what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So first things first, I don't have my stand on me, so excuse me if the video is a little bit movie everywhere. But regardless, we're gonna shoot a video, go over a ton of updates on what's been going on with the Amazon business and just what's to come in the future, as always, to keep you guys posted and just following the journey. But without further ado, let's stop wasting time and get straight into the video. So first things first, as some of you may have already seen in the past few months, it's been about 3 months now that we've hit officially, over 100K per month revenue selling on Amazon. We're on the month of May, I believe, and this is our third month in a row that we've hit 6 figures, guys. So it's been pretty nice, pretty sweet. Profit margins are up there as well, really good, healthy, nothing to complain about. But it's just been a grind, we just been growing way, like huge increase from last year. We've been growing from, 20, 30K months from last year, the same time amount, months, whatever, to now we're hitting those 6 figures. And, it's been crazy, right? Like that growth is just insane. We just really exploded. And I say that because I know I've had a few DMs telling me, hey, you've really blown up, man. Like you really came out of nowhere. And so I think it's important to also discuss that, hit on those numbers. It doesn't just really come overnight, at least not in my experience. Okay. I've really had to put time, sacrifice, the hours, the sweat, blood, tears, just everything in there to really make those type of numbers happen. Okay. Because I can't sit here and say that it was easy to come to. It wasn't by good luck or by privilege of having tons of money, because I wasn't. And so like what you're seeing now is just all the learning, all the knowledge, the skills, all compounding into basically what you see into today, right? So I wanted to clear that up because it's important, especially for some of you who may have just started following me. You maybe just now saw some of my content or whatever. I don't want a lot of you thinking, oh, this man's been, hitting these numbers for the past few months, years, or whatever, when I haven't, So yeah, I figured that'd be important to go over real quick. But aside from that, like I said, we've been growing. Profits have been looking healthy. Business is booming. Preppers have been going in, prepping a ton of units every single week. We've had extra help here and there, which has sped up in our shipping process as well. We're at a point right now where this room that was filled with leftover inventory on the tables and whatnot, it's completely empty. We went through all the freaking inventory we had in here. We cleaned up house. Even in the garage, we had some inventory in there. We got down to it, got a lot of stuff taken care of, from held inventory to returns from Amazon, which if you're an Amazon seller, it's annoying as hell to be dealing with returns. I mean, touching the product once is one thing, but having to re-see it again and decide whether to send it or liquidate it, that's another thing. So yeah, but safe to say we're caught up. There's nothing else that we can really send at the timing of this video so far, which is a good thing though, right? Because that means whenever we get new inventory coming up in the next day or so, we can just get straight to work, push it out, and it'll be gone literally like within a day or two. And so that's really going to boost our growth even more, because now we're able to spend our capital faster. We're able to prep our products faster and ship them out much faster, which is very important when you're running an Amazon business, because, inventory is everything. And the faster you can move it, the faster you can make your money back and, pay off credit cards or your bills, and then just put it into newer inventory and just keep the boat flowing, right? So to me, that's probably our biggest achievement so far for the year, is just being caught up like that. And so, which is important because, you don't want to go into the next Q4, which is not even that far from this month anymore. And then you still have to catch up to this, catch up to that, and just a bunch of other bull crap. You want to go in there clean with a clean slate and just start crushing it from day one. So that's freaking amazing. Another thing that I need to update you guys on, one of my virtual assistants, which honestly I'm starting to hate that word, virtual assistant, VAs, calling them VAs, because at the end of the day, they're really a part of your team, right? So I'm going to start going by sourcer or, sourcing team or just something like that, purchaser or whatever it is. But I'll just call them sourcers from now. But the sorcerers on my team, they've been going hard. I have one of them who's about to step up and start buying some inventory from me. So that's a huge task that I'm about to take off my plate, because literally buying inventory, going through like products that my sorcerers find, it takes up time. From having to check that we approve it to basically buying the quantities. There's times where it takes me up to 8 hours sometimes, and just doing literally that. And so having that, just the buying part aspect outsourced soon, is really going to change the game for at least me, to buy back a lot of my time, minimum 4 hours, which is great, because I got other stuff to do too, right? Like even shooting content, I can shoot more content, or even start contacting more wholesale suppliers, whatever it may be. Either way, it's going to buy us back our time. And so I can't wait for that. But like I said, one of my sorcerers is in the process of being a purchaser as well. So I'm already going to train him on that. Hopefully tomorrow morning at the time of this video, actually. We'll start on the first few orders, see how it goes. So there's no issues with credit cards or VPNs or anything like that. And I've shown him already some SOP videos on how to do it step by step, the Google Sheets that we need to add, creating the shipment, and this and that, and just so much in between. But yeah, like I said, that's going to be the next major play right there. Is just outsourcing that aspect of the business, because, man, like I said, buying inventory, you wouldn't think it takes up a lot of time, but it can take up a lot of time. So hopefully with that aspect outsourced, we'll get it going. And once they're fully trained, maybe we'll look into getting a third sorcerer, and from there just keep pushing inventory, buying stuff, and just finding newer stuff. So hopefully this goes all very well, and maybe even before Q4 even starts, we can definitely hopefully make that happen. But we'll see how it goes, like I said. Now, another thing about the business, space, we're actually good now because we caught up on so much in the garage. But hopefully looking to get into a warehouse soon. I'm really hoping before Q4 begins. But I do want to run some numbers first, see how the cash flow, margins, and all that look, if it makes sense, right? Now, I know the margins are good, right? But cash flow is a whole different thing that you want to definitely look into before diving into something major like the next step of leasing a warehouse. So that's something that I'm going to look by with my CPA, see how the numbers look. And if everything looks good, I mean, who knows? You might just see us getting a warehouse in the next few weeks or whatever, right? However long it takes. Because I also know we still got to look for one, see what the prices are. Nothing too big yet. Just something simple to move the business away from that house. Because now I'm at a point where, we're pushing so much volume, but it really is getting tiring having to receive inventory here and just manage stuff here. So hopefully we can move this aspect, well, the whole business actually, from, the house. So we'll see how that goes. And, I always keep you guys updated on that type of stuff. So be sure to, you follow me on Instagram mainly, because that's where I post the most on the journey. So, but yeah, like I said, it's a huge move for sure. We'll see how that goes, but hopefully if it goes well, we'll definitely start opening more wholesale accounts, because I do have a ton of wholesale accounts I want to open with, but they don't accept us because of the commercial address. So we'll see how that goes. But aside from everything else, everything's been pretty well, pretty smooth. Nothing too major, aside from like one IP complaint that we've had. I mean, that's whatever. Some Amazon listings maybe I've taken down because of, detail information or whatever. But aside from that, nothing too major. Like I said, we're just constantly growing. We're just trying to keep the boat flowing, finding more products, liquidating whatever ended up going bad, because that's just part of business. Some products don't make it as good as you thought it was going to be, and so that type of stuff happens, which I've had a few already myself. I'm like, okay, like I've had stuff for 2 months that didn't sell that I'm just liquidating. So there's that. But it's nothing too major, right? It's nothing that I'm worried about. Like I said, the margins are still good, and so the business is growing. But aside from that, like I said, we clean in-house, we clean the garage. We're starting a clean slate, looking to hopefully get into Q4 mode very, very soon, because it's coming by sooner than a lot of you think. So if you're not planning for Q4, hopefully soon, you're going to be very, very late by the time Q3 gets here. So definitely start planning ahead. Definitely planning for all the holidays coming up, like 4th of July, Father's Day, what else? Back to school. Like, there's so much is about to happen in the next few months. It's just insane. But as far as I can think of, I believe that is the biggest things that I can think of. Also, one last thing, I do have one of my VAs. Actually, we have a system set up now where we're basically keeping track of everything we're buying from suppliers, which is very, very important for a lot of you to create your own system as well. Because, I actually had my VA go through an OA site that we had some damages and stuff missing, and it was actually worth a few hundreds of dollars that we were missing. So we're getting all that shipped to us as refunds and just missing stuff. So be sure to make your own same exact type of thing when it comes to keeping track of your inventory, because if you're not on top of those numbers, especially at scale, you're losing out on hundreds of dollars, if not maybe even thousands, depending on how big of a seller you guys are pushing. So yeah, definitely keep track of that stuff. That's something we've been changing up as well. And yeah, we're getting our money's worth, because there's no way we can afford to have any leakage in our business, especially when doing 6 figures a month. So, but aside from that, I believe that is all that I can think of at the top of my head. Like I said, we're just constantly growing and trying to grow and grow and grow and just, exceed the business. And actually, at the timing of this video, we're about 900 something K for the last 12 months. So a month from now will probably be a 7-figure seller officially, which is pretty huge. Knowing myself on uploading stuff, I'll probably hit that number by the time I upload this. But if not, then at least you guys heard it here first. But yeah, as far as everything else though, like I said, we're just growing, moving the business, and just trying to outsource as much as possible. But that is all for the updates, guys. Like I said, I'll try to keep you guys posted as much as possible. Maybe do these once a month instead. That way I can just see what's been going on. And yeah, but aside from that, guys, I'm gonna stop wasting more of your time. I'm gonna cut it off now, and I'll see you as always in the next video. Peace.